This week's episode of the Curious Podcats is brought to you by Crippling Debt. So why not pay a visit to our Patreon page at patreon.com/The Curious Podcats and help us out. Also, if you have any suggestions, why not send us an email at curious.podcats@gmail.com.
Hello, welcome to the second most popular podcast in Jarrow.
So that's going to be like the intro you want to do.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
Oh, right. You
Just recording.
Yeah, oh no, that's just like getting I ended out.
No, keep it in, it's real.
What, even this bit right now?
Even this bit right now. What's that noise? Can you hear mumbling or something?
It's coming from there, from Kim's hatch. You want to open it up?
No?
Beautiful cake, cowboy.
Diddy bang, chief.
Oh, God, this is still going on all the seas from last
week. Circle jerks.
Call it right.
Cockroaches. Fuck me, reject.
Lads,
Come in, you nerds.
We're done with the seas. We are done with the seas. It's been a week. You can stop now.
Oh, but I've had 100 more.
Do you think we've been?
I actually had a few more. If that's okay.
Have.
Can I just finish my list?
Yeah.
No.
How long
Okay, right. Well, I'm going to finish the list anyway. Cyndi Lauper.
Oh, you know what? I never even thought of her.
There we go.
No, Crib, we're done. Cyndi Lauper. That's to end it. That's to end it.
Oh, no, Cassandra.
That's Cyndi Lauper. Nobody else needs instead.
Bye.
Douglas Hill.
Right, it was nice speaking to you, lads. Right, me and Kim are going to go now.
Yeah. No one. Bye. See you next week.
Right.
Wait, hang on. No. Come back. We've got a new episode.
I've just got myself at the door.
Yeah.
Well, it's not my fault. You didn't go home after last week's episode. We did.
Me and Kim have been locked in that latch for a week.
It's your fault.
Just shouting band members at each other.
Yeah,
We did.
I remember making Craig David cabbage at one point.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was quite nice.
And I heard you had Jarrah Elvis on the other night, Drew.
Lies. It's all lies.
Oh, we heard from the latch, didn't we?
Aye, we did. We heard.
And we had the local Betty bike round here the other night. So don't like we, Drew.
Yeah, we heard.
You heard nothing. You weren't here.
Right. If you're tuning in again, God help you.
Right, okay, guys, hold on. Just coming through. Chewy. Oh, right, come on. Sorry, gasping for a fart. It's gasping for a cigarette. Oh, better not say that word. Right, see you in a bit.
Now instantly you've got me wanting a cigarette, you bastard.
You got one there?
No. Why did you want one?
No, I don't mean to spell them, though. Right. What's happening then? What's the plans?
Right, so I've got my topic I'm going to talk about. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
I did originally plan to talk about the Antarctic pyramids that you mentioned last week, and then during the night, so with about 10 hours ago or so, probably even less than 10 hours ago, another topic entered my head instead.
You mean you were on TikTok?
No, actually. No.
Was it bad speaking with C?
Oh, no.
What?
Anyways, right? I've got a list here. It goes Castellian, Cassia Pope, Cast the Castaways,
No,
right.
We're on D now.
Oh, right. Oh, well,
It's
that's
been
a
a
shot
week.
me up.
It's been a week.
D Block Europe.
No, it's not time yet. It's not time yet.
God's sake.
You're too early.
I'm stubbing out my fucking cigarette as well. I'll have to light a new one now.
I should imagine Craig's got a top five this week. No. Kim, are you doing your serving hatch this week?
I'm on a fucking cigarette break. Fuck off.
He's on a cigarette break. Right, Joe, looks like it's on you.
Hang on. Have you got anything planned for this week?
Always.
So, no.
Yeah, at the end.
Well, no, at the end. Do we have any fan mail?
Yes, at the end.
Right.
I always go last.
Well, I know you always go last, but it doesn't to stop you from being asked whether or not you've got anything planned. So you asked me.
Just
you
start the fucking music.
Come on.
Well, open it then.
I'm trying.
We'll get the key.
I am using the key.
Got the one. Yeah,
there we go. Welcome back to Drucifer's Believe It or Not. Oh, believe it or not, guys, there was an assassination attempt on Barack Obama back in 2013. And the reason for that assassination attempt actually had nothing to do with Obama. It was for a totally different, absolutely petty reason. So like I said, April 2013, and the FBI and Secret Service raid this guy's house. I think it was called Eric Calvert. No, Kevin Curtis. Where the hell did they get Eric Calvert from? No, it's Kevin Curtis. And the guy, he's a janitor, an Elvis impersonator, and conspiracy theorist. So, 2 out of 3 in bad.
I'm all shut up.
As he's on his way down his driveway, he gets tackled by the FBI and the Secret Service. But as he's walking down the driveway, he's actually got his dog with him. Like a Chihuahua crossed with something else. And you'll never guess what his dog was called.
Obama.
Moo Cow. Oh. What a name to call your dog. Moo Cow.
It's very moving, isn't it?
Ah.
Pull the other one.
But yeah, so the FBI and Secret Service tackle him to the ground as he tries to run away, haul him off to interrogation. But Kevin, not the dog, by the way, just to clarify. They're not interrogating Moo Cow.
Kevin Watersmith.
No, Kevin Curtis. No, Kevin Watersmith's dead, isn't he?
I think so.
But that's something for Richie's corner, isn't it? And during the interrogation, Kevin's trying to figure out what the fuck it is that he's done that's warranted the FBI and Secret Service tackling him in his driveway and hauling him off to some secret site, you know. But also during the interrogation, they're trying to steer him towards confessing to what he did. Did you hear that?
Yeah. See you later, Ken. All right. Yeah, guys. I was just.
Oh, right, you're back. You're back.
Yeah, back. I was just saying hi to Ken. All right, go on. I'm going to help me through the hatch. Go on.
What gorgeous, Ken?
All right, fucking. You're going to help me through the hatch, and I'll tell you because I need to get through the hatch to do the hatch thing. Right? Come on, help me through the servant hatch.
Go on, Richie. Right, Richie, you take care of him.
Go on, yeah. Right.
There we go.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
for your information, yes, it was gorgeous, Ken.
Okay. So as I said, the FBI and Secret Service were trying to guide Kevin to confessing to what he'd done. And eventually the conversation goes a bit like this. You hurt a lot of people, Kevin, with what you did. Hurt them how? Like when you poisoned them with ricin. But I don't even like rice. What? You can search my house all you want. There is no rice in my house. And that's when the FBI and Secret Service are like, we might have the wrong person. You know, because he doesn't know what ricin is. But that's like, do you know what ricin is? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Do you guys know what ricin is?
Well, I'm a fucking scientist, supposedly, so yeah.
Exactly, so you know what it is. Craig, you know what ricin is?
It's a delicious dessert made by Muller rice.
So no, he doesn't.
Oh, right, and that's it. Yeah, Craig's right. That's what I was thinking as well.
Oh. Well, so yeah, ricin is a poison. But rice is Kevin's poison. Actually, no, that's the wrong way around with that saying. Anyway, never mind. So like, okay, so Kevin, do you have any enemies? And he's like, yes, I do have an enemy. That enemy turns out to be none other than local taekwondo instructor, wannabe rock and roll frontman, and political aspirationist. Can't even remember the guy's name now. But basically, some shit had gone down a few years prior between Kevin and the taekwondo instructor. And feelings were hurt. And I can't remember the details off the top of my head now about what exactly went on between the two. But it boiled down to Kevin leaving a negative comment on the other guy's on one of the other guy's Facebook posts. Mm-hmm. And he was that hurt and upset by Kevin's comment on the post that he decided that he was gonna poison a judge, one of the local senators, and President Obama with ricin, but frame Kevin for it. Mm-hmm. So it's like on all of the like packages or letters that had been sent out with the ricin inside, he'd actually put Kevin's name and address on as the return address.
Oh, right.
So he sends her out. I mean, the judge got poisoned. I think the senator got poisoned. They both survived. They did both survive. Neither of them died. And the one to Obama was, intercepted, as any mail to the president is, to make sure that no one's trying to assassinate him through the post. So they intercepted. So, like I said, the judge and the senator got poisoned but survived. The letter to Obama got intercepted. They saw the return address on all the letters or packages, and went and arrested Kevin. But yeah, it all came out because Kevin left a comment that upset somebody. So that person went and tried to kill the president and blame Kevin for it.
See, that's the dangers of the internet.
Indeed it is. Because people are just
assholes.
Yeah, not the word I was going to use, but yeah, the people are just assholes, keyboard warriors, and social justice warriors, but more importantly, snowflakes.
Drews.
No, snowflakes.
No, I prefer Drews.
So, yeah.
That was interesting.
So I mean, and that is a true story. There's no conspiracy theory behind it. That this is all like a true event that happened in April 2013. So I just thought I'd throw it out there, just sort of like to amuse you with it.
Yeah, I'll have to. It actually reminds me, I'm gonna have to get some racing because there's none in me cupboards on out. So, but I'm bumped.
No, but there is another topic. But we'll have a little conversation about, all four of us. Yeah, guys, are you there?
Is it about the pyramids of Bosnia? Because you haven't mentioned that one yet.
Oh, no, did someone say the pyramids of Bosnia?
No, I'm not ready for that yet. I still need to do a bit more digging on the pyramids of Bosnia. That's for another episode. No, have any of you heard of the hollow moon theory?
Yes. Obviously.
Craig, Kim, have you heard of the hollow moon theory?
Kim, it's Kimbo. What are you on about?
Kimbo.
Oh, right, I didn't realize it was Kimbo with us this week.
It always is. It's Kimbo's scientific heart, which seemingly is always open now.
Apparently. Even though I was just looking on it.
So the hollow moon theory is a theory by someone who I don't know, but apparently that the moon was put there by two aliens And it was to control Earth, because the moon isn't the right size and stuff. It doesn't really make sense. So what they've done is hollowed it out like an egg, and it's some kind of alien spaceship, kind of, and it watches over Earth, apparently. And apparently NASA fired a rocket at it, and it ran for an hour or something. That's just all what I've heard. Do I believe it?
That's basically what I've heard. There is another matter that
Antimatter.
No, not antimatter, just matter.
What will matter?
Oh, doesn't matter. Now, have you noticed that with the craters that are on the moon, all of them seem like the impact depth never seems to go past like a certain depth. Like, you look at the size of the crater from the impact, and it doesn't match up, but the depth doesn't match up with the rest of the size of the crater. You would expect it to be deeper than what it is. Say the no crater is deeper than, I don't know, say 10 meters. I mean, that's probably not the right number. But say no crater is deeper than 10 meters, no matter how many miles across it is. And what the thing is that it wasn't just a case of they hollowed the moon out, but it's more like there's like a superstructure there covered in
cheese.
Yeah, cheese.
It's a well-known fact that moon's made of cheese.
But it was the structure was then covered in the rocks and the dust and space dust and what have you, to make it look like it's a natural celestial body, when in fact it's not. And that's why the density of it, it's the gravitational effect it was having on Earth, doesn't match up with its size. Because
lads, just you need some rice in. Just add a little.
I've only got pasta. Right,
I haven't got any pasta. No, you're the one.
I've got no pasta either. Yeah, okay, get the rice in.
Then the FBI kick the door in.
FBI, open up! But yeah, that's an additional bit I've heard, is that it's basically a space station, like the Death Star or something.
Yeah, basically.
It's but it's like there's.
If you want more information on this,
keep listening.
David Icke does a one.
Oh yes, David Icke.
I think it's the Moon Matrix or something, the theory.
I think I might have just been about to get into that, because the whole thing about reincarnation is that apparently when we die, our consciousness is uploaded to the moon.
We're in a prison planet, apparently.
A prison planet,
and just get reincarnated.
Yes. So yeah, our consciousness is uploaded to the moon and then downloaded back to Earth whenever a new baby's born. And
imagine that. Mad. It'd explain a lot.
What about you, Kimbo? What have you heard about the hollow moon theory, or any theories dealing with the moon?
The only fucking thing I know is that I need to fire my fucking manager. Where the fuck did they get scientists on a fucking conspiracy theory show? That's the only thing I can think. My brain is fried. The moon is moon. I mean, in terms of the meteors, from a scientific point of view, it's like a sandbox. You keep throwing something at it and throwing something down. You need something really big if you want to get into the proper center part of the moon. And the fact of the matter is that, scientifically speaking, we haven't drilled too far actually down into the moon itself. I think we've drilled further into Mars than we've actually drilled into the moon. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I believe that is true.
I mean, even when you think about it, like when the comet hit and wiped the dinosaurs out and stuff,
mm-hmm.
It didn't exactly like split the planet in half.
That's it.
You know what I mean? It just impacted, and then I think
what's interesting about I think it's Chetumalco or whatever it is. It's named after the region of Mexico where they actually found the crater itself, and it's absolutely it's crazy the simulations that they've run and actually showing like what it would have happened like in the first 10 minutes. You're like, if you were there when it actually hit, boom, you're dead. You're just vaporized by the light and the intense heat. If you're then out in the next layer, you've got seconds to live and you're dead. And then if you're in the extra layer, you're maybe going to start to get fried or a little bit toasted, but then you're dead like that. And also, if you're further away, you sort of get deafened because of the loudness of the actual sort of asteroid hitting. But if you're on the other side of the world, daily life for about the next sort of 8 hours or so, at best.
Sorry, Kim. I went to like brush my nose, and I accidentally punched myself at the bottom of my nose, and it clicked. I didn't even know there was a bone there.
No, it's gristle.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, scientifically that's gristle. Your nose is gristle.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you can, if someone breaks your nose, you can just like snap it back into
This
place.
bit yellow.
Take gristle.
The entirety of your nose is gristle, which is why when you look at a human skull,
scientifically speaking, it's cartilage.
no, it's like the two, so like it's like fucking Voldemort. It's just gristle.
Oh, well, it hurt anyway. Whatever it was.
There's
It's
another
interesting that, to just finish off on the asteroid Chicxulub, or whatever it is, I forget how to pronounce it properly. There's loads of great simulations on it. I'd recommend just checking them out because you just see how intense it would have been. If you think, well, what if I was in Jara and it landed and hit me? You'd realise, oh shit, I'd maybe probably have a couple hours to live, or maybe I might survive if I have a bunker. But it wasn't actually the sort of biggest, the biggest. Well, that was the biggest of the biggest. The second biggest one, I think they reckon, was in South Africa, and it did a hell of a lot of sort of similar damage as well, and it affected Earth and in many different ways, or at least it did sort of like that sort of part of the world, which would have been still millions of years ago, because you're talking about the sort of the Great Bombardment period, where there's loads of asteroids just landing and raining down. I mean, that's why the moon's got so many craters on it. Great Bombardment. It still gets hit all the time anyway.
I mean, the moon really sort of protects from a lot of asteroids because it takes the impact.
It's just like a local vacuum cleaner, and Jupiter is basically the solar system's vacuum cleaner because it's so big like that.
I was just going to mention Jupiter doing the same thing.
Yeah, Jupiter is the solar system's vacuum cleaner, whereas Earth has its own little vacuum cleaner in the moon. It can help, but Earth does have a bigger pool than the actual moon itself. But you'd have to be, I suppose, within the bigger attraction there, and then it would be depending on where the moon is spinning around the Earth and how that future orbits are going to affect it. Most things that they'll usually do come around and sort of hit the Earth, you tend to just come down and whoop, and it's like a quick in and out, whipping out and away. So they're in the solar system, they get whipped out of the solar system like that. Although they usually have a sort of a steady orbit, if you will, that's sort of already known. And there's a piece of, I think, the Saturn, I believe it's part of one of the Saturn rockets, and it's in like a permanent orbit of Earth like that. And it recently, a couple of years ago, I believe, it came back into a sort of a ref orbit, and now it's been chucked out away again, and it will come back into orbit in Earth in a few years' time or something like that. Because when they first sort of detected it, they're like, "What the hell? This thing's entirely white. This is crazy. What is this like?" Life like that, and then they sort of did the trajectories and hold on a second, that's probably a piece of Saturn V, a Saturn V rocket, because it's white, and of course Saturn V is predominantly white.
And now we leave so much junk up in space, don't we? We pollute with rivers, we've got landfill sites, but no, that wasn't enough. Then we had to start dumping shit in space as well.
Mm-hmm. Good idea, though, isn't it?
I think there's actually parts of spacesuits, like the spare gloves or whatever, that have somehow managed to escape out an airlock or something. They're a bit. I mean,
most stuff like that will just get picked up by Earth's gravity, and it will start to hit the atmosphere, and it'll just burn up, and you wouldn't even see it from the ground. And bits like that, technically speaking, it's if they start to get into somewhat of you want to push something just at the right speed, at the right orbit. And then it becomes a bit of a problem if it becomes flying back round the other way. And of course, it's it's not a case of if you push something at a certain, say you push something away, just that you might just sort of high five someone, just with the force of that. By the time it comes back round, it's going to have a hell of a lot more speed because it's been orbiting around the Earth. And that gravity sort of propels it, so it becomes effectively more worse than a speeding bullet, if you will.
I mean, I think that was sort of portrayed in the film Gravity with George Clooney and Sandra Bullock.
That is one of the best scientific portrayals, actually. I have read about that.
Because the premise is that Russia is, I think it was Russia. Russia tried to blow up one of its own satellites or something, just to decommission it. But they got the trajectory and everything wrong on the rocket. So when it hit the satellite, when the satellite blew up, instead of it all just coming down to Earth, it sent debris flying all around in Earth's orbit. And while Sandra Bullock and George Clooney are working on what they're working on, they get the message in. You need to. I think they're on the ISS, and they get a message saying that you need to evacuate now. Get back down to Earth. Shit's fucking happened. You need to get out of there now. And it's like all the debris is got that much velocity. It's flying around, and when it does reach the ISS, it's like someone's got like a minigun or something, and they're just like pepper spraying the fuck out of the ISS and just blowing it to bits because the debris is traveling that fast. Tiny little bits, a bit like an extra strong mint, like the one that's half sucked that's lying on the desk there that you didn't finish off. Like hundreds of like that, all flying around at like the speed of a bullet and just totally shredding the ISS. So yeah, so that's like
Good.
Good. So
Yeah.
that's like what Kim was saying about the speed of
Kimbo.
Sorry.
Fuck Sandra Bullock.
What?
Yeah, I'd do Sandra Bullock.
Yeah,
I definitely do.
which was in Demolition Man. What?
Oh, aye.
Right. Well,
So yeah, Craig, have you got any views on the Hollow Moon theory?
no. Okay.
Okay, so Richy, do you believe it or not that the moon is hollow?
Nah.
Kimbo, do you believe it or not that the moon is hollow?
What the fuck are you talking about? The moon is not hollow. Scientific fact. What? This is a scientific fact hatch knowledge thing. I'm just gonna fucking say.
Wow, you see, thinking scientists are always changing their minds about things. And you just look about how
Yeah,
they've gone
because
on.
scientific fact changes a little bit. We used to think that the fucking Earth was the center of the solar system. We got that wrong. Sorry. I apologize. Fucking hell. You think after hundreds of years later someone would apologize. I didn't realize that. Oh, I'll have to go when I go to my next meeting of scientists. I'll basically say, guys, don't worry, I've apologized for us thinking that the Earth was in the middle of the fucking solar system. And they'll be like, hey, no problem, Kimbo, high five. So thanks for that. That's actually a good thing. I know I'm saying it in a condescending way, but actually, now that I think about it, it's quite good.
I think it's about time someone apologised.
Just in
Yeah.
general.
Just in general, aye.
Not
general.
about science changing all the time, just in general someone needs to fucking apologise.
That's one thing we don't do here, really, is apologise. And I'm not going to apologise for that.
Neither am I.
No.
Neither am I.
I'm sorry, I'm just not going to apologise.
The only thing
no,
I'm
I
going to
agree,
apologise for is the fact that no, I'm not even going to apologise for the fact that we're never going to apologise because this whole show
Right.
is about,
That's the end of Truth Corner!
no, it's just as believe it or not.
Who's going next? Is it Craig or Kimbo or...
I'll go last. I want to go last.
Alright.
If
Craig?
Craig's not ready, I'll go.
Craig?
Okay.
Oh, hello.
Right. You alright?
I didn't even I was going to say a moon joke, but you cut it off,
Nah.
and
You're gonna know.
it's not good enough. It's like I was going to say, what do you call a clock? No, that one's wrong. How do you know a man on the moon is bald? He has no A. And that's my bit for the week. Bye.
Right, well, Craig's banned.
That was bad even by my standards. And that's
I'm not
it.
bad. I'll go next if you want.
Go for it.
Right. Are you ready?
Yep.
Welcome everyone to the weekly bits on Craigie's Tits.
Yay!
This week's news. The news this week, guys, from Jara. Right.
And-
Local man, Disco Dave, has went to a charity event this week. He went to a disco for the blind. He danced like nobody was watching him. As Wilson should start its doors in its final time in Jara, we spoke to a local woman, Kim. She said she has worked there for 105 years, and it's sad to see it close. It's not been the best of time for her, she said. She's just broke up with her husband. He wasn't Peter, but he's just brushing it off.
Nice.
Oh, wait a sec, I got some breaking news coming through. A man has been shot. Yeah, a man has been shot. Local man, gorgeous Ken. Give you a go for Kim, can you give me information, please? More information.
We are live here on the scene where it is being confirmed that Gorgeous Ken has been shot. It was believed he was shot by a bunch of school children in a school bus that was driving near Merseyside, but we cannot confirm that nearly at this time. But it believed that Gorgeous Ken was at least winged by one of the bullets. The Prime Minister will make a statement later tonight, and as will the King. That is the state now. There has been a semi-state of emergency declared, and London is in lockdown after the shooting of Gorgeous Ken. Back to you, Craig.
Thank you for that, Kim. Thank you. Now we need to find out who shot him. Right. Finally, in sports and weather, Jarrah Roofing Football Club has just realised they can't do actually roofs. And in swing ball champion Richy Lewis has came out of retirement to only have a boxing match with the one and only Pat Butcher.
Oh,
well, I'm looking forward to that one, guy.
That was actually.
Oh my God.
Sounded more like Fred.
The weather has been shit this week, but don't worry, ladies. The sun's back out next week, so you can tuck your flaps in and get yourself down to Jarrah Beach. That is Craig's weekly bits on Craig's tits. Anyways, back to the top fives this week. And I think it's a good one for you, Richy.
Yeah.
Top 5 foods.
Oh. Well, I'm just going to throw it out there. Chicken tikka masala.
Oh.
What a call, my guy, mate.
I have to say, I'm not much in Indians, mate.
Okay, so the top English food has got to be chicken tikka masala.
It's doner kebab.
I'm going to say well, saying that though, was a kebab created for the English people though? Because the chicken tikka masala was specifically made for us.
Well, no. I believe the chicken tikka, the claim of the chicken tikka masala came from a Pakistan. Was it I can't remember if it was Pakistani Scottish or Bangladeshi Scottish. He made supposedly a curry in Glasgow that had just extra cream because most people didn't like the extra spicy ones. So he made that one, and supposedly that's how that came about. I think he also lived in Peru at one point. Interesting fact, because I was talking to him about one of my fellow scientists at one point about it. I do remember that, yeah. But when you talk about the doner kebab, you might be thinking about. I believe it was one of the former kings of Sweden. I can picture his face right now. I think it was King Charles of Sweden, one of the best kings of Sweden ever in terms of just like, he was a brilliant military tactician. He was literally in enemy territory. He'd still win battles because the Swedish were just built like nails. They just couldn't be pushed over with their muskets and all that. And anyway, he went basically, instead of sort of going towards the coast where Sweden held territory in northern Germany, he went, no, I'm going to go the other way, and went to Turkey. Where he ended up sort of being somewhat interned, and there he actually developed a keen interest for sort of like these meaty sort of somewhat, Kafka. It was sort of basically like minced balls, if you will.
Oh,
and basically that's what became sort of the Swedish meatballs.
Oh, right.
Because he developed an interest in that, and he just kept eating all that. He ate that every day supposedly when he was there, or he ate it for a lot of the days when he was there, at least. Bearing in mind history will sort of vary in terms of stories and exaggerations.
You know what? I prefer. Sorry, go on.
And I'll finish it off quickly. He basically went back to Sweden, and so he's like, "Yeah, guys, check this out. This is brilliant." And that's how that became a part of Swedish culture. So I know that's an actual historical fact that's scientifically true.
It's funny because a few weeks ago, someone I know in America was like shared a picture that they'd taken in the supermarket. It was faggots and gravy, and they're like, "I have questions," and I'm like, how fucking long have I been spending trying to teach people, especially the Americans, that the word faggot is originally the name of a food, not a slander for gay people.
It can also mean a bundle of sticks.
Yes, I keep forgetting about that one.
Yeah, there's two meanings to it, if you will. But it can, of course, be seen almost obviously as a slur. So we do apologise if people have seen that as a slur.
Yeah, if anyone listening who actually is a Swedish meatball or identifies as one.
Exactly. We're so sorry.
Yeah. Personally, I prefer Korean meatballs because then really all the dogs bollocks like.
That's scientifically true.
Yeah, scientifically. Sorry, this is Craig. But Craig, where are you? We just took over.
Okay, so that's three foods then. We've got so we've got chicken tikka masala.
What do you Craig name was?
It's a top 5 foods, and we've done 3 so far. So there's chicken tikka masala, faggots, and the dog's bowl.
It was doner kebab that was second, and then I mentioned the Swedish meatballs, and now you've mentioned we'll call them pork faggots, okay?
Sorry, guys. Kimbo chucked us in latch there, and I couldn't get pork there. Oh, Kim on!
Well, yeah, fucking yeah. Okay, yeah, right. Okay, so guys, basically, you got the rice in, so
yeah.
Sorry.
Jarrah chips as well. They're good.
Tell you a good.
That's just gravel from Jarrah.
Jarrah. Paul's fish and chips.
It's overrated. It's alright.
I mean, Paul's. It's not too greasy. That's
we're not getting paid for this, right?
Yeah.
Fuck Paul's.
I'll be having Paul's in a few hours.
I'll
probably having these.
Right again. Sorry, Craig. You still there, Craig?
Oh, sorry, I just had to climb out the back doors there because he's chucked us back to the latch.
Aye.
Anyways, my favourite foods, the good old favourite what my used to cook was shit and sugar.
Oh, a Jarrah classic, yeah.
And council pop as well.
Yeah,
council pop.
Anyways, was that a top 5, guys? Did we top 5?
Yeah, anyways, that was a top 5, yeah.
The competition last week, the winner I've pronounced is Walls Balls for the song, and he correctly guessed Chaz and Dave Rabbit.
I can hear it now.
You listen it back, you get it now. So the song for this week goes a bit like this, and it's from the 80s. And that's all the clue I'm giving you.
Wow, I didn't get any of that.
Yeah.
So anyways, I'll see it again. If you didn't get it, I'll see it again. So if you want to email fireandflame at gmail.com and try to guess for next week.
I hate that email address before someone else does.
Have you not made it yet?
No, but I should.
Well, in the meantime, then there is curious.podcasts@gmail.com if you don't get an answer at fireandflame.com.
How the fuck
at gmail.com.
And that is the end of the weekly bits on Craigie's tits.
That was good, yeah. That was good. Wait, Kimbo? Is it you or me or what? What way?
Oh yeah, you've got to do your thing. I don't know.
Because Kimbo, didn't you say you wanted to go last?
Yeah, I'll go last.
Oh wait, we're in that case, cue the music! Right, hello, welcome to Richy's Corner. This week is sponsored by Sandy Sandwiches. If you've ever had a Sandy sandwich, you know. Well, I used to be a sandblaster, so all my sandwiches were Sandy.
Oh.
No, they really want Right, so we've got a family there from Mick. Congratulations on the wedding. When was this? What the fuck's it gonna do with you, Mick? Cheeky bastard. Shelley. Richy. Did not get... Alright. Richy did not get it wrong about the Power Rangers, as Drew said last week, that Richy made a mistake about who played it. Richy did not state that Jason Scott Lee played him. He asked if he played him. So, how about that, Drew? You prick. Wow.
You got the name wrong, and that's all that matters.
Well, not really, because I only asked the question. So thank you, Shelley. Yeah, you're right, Drew is a prick.
Yeah, scientific fact.
How can you be wrong by asking a question?
Because this is Jarrett.
Fuck off. Right. Got one here from Charlotte. How is married life treating you, and what's her name? Hey, nosy bastards, isn't it?
I didn't assuming you married a woman.
Well, fortunately I did. Married life is challenging, I must admit. And her name is Beatrice. Roy. I thought I saw Drew the other day in the supermarket, but as I got closer, it was a coconut. In fact, it was an old cardboard cutout of a castaway. Wilson! Wilson! Yeah, happens all the time. Mark? Richy, I will fight you. Yeah, bring it on. A really important man? Has Drew got any advice on meetings? Because I struggle setting meetings up, and I've heard that Drew is really good at setting meetings up.
Well, you see, the key is to being able to set up a meeting. The key is don't ask Richy to do it for you.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, I have to break news again. I have to go back to Kimbo. Yeah, it's more breaking news on God Ken.
Oh no.
What? Oh no, hold on. No, not me. You went Kim. All right, okay. Yes, I'm live here. Yes, I'm live here on the scene with some more news. The Prime Minister just made a short statement regarding Gorgeous Ken. He says Gorgeous Ken is in a stable condition and he should be fine for the foreseeable future, as long as no one goes near him. But just remember, the King will make a statement later tonight regarding the future updates in regards to Gorgeous Ken. We'll hand it over back to you. I don't know, but anyone back in the studio, it's kind of pandemonium out here. It's out of chaos. But Gorgeous Ken's okay.
Thanks for the information. Back to you, Richy.
Right, thank you for that. Right, we've got one here from Skinny Baz.
Skinny Baz who used to be fat wanted to lose weight.
Yeah, sure. Right,
Yeah,
I took your advice on clocks and burnt mine in the town centre. I got arrested and I am currently serving time. Well, that's unfortunate. P.S. I was naked. Got one here from Naked Charles. Wow, is it me or is it getting cold? Getting a little bit cold, yeah.
I was fucking sweating during the night.
Boris has wrote in, and it just says, I have a sausage stuck in my arse. Right. Okay, so Anita's wrote in. How many times have you been married? I would have been married the once, but my wife Beatrice has been married 4 times.
It wasn't me.
No. But I mean, she is considerably older than us. But anyways, I'm going on my honeymoon this week because I didn't have time because of the show and stuff.
All right.
So if there's one, I can let you know what the honeymoon's like.
I think the listeners would appreciate hearing about the honeymoon.
Yeah. So right. We've got one here from Perry the Parrot. My owner is a fat arsehole. Your short is shit. And Drew, why don't you sit on a pineapple sideways? Richy, congratulations on the wedding. Right, and we've got a right.
Sorry, applause. Sorry.
Oh, sorry,
I didn't. Sorry. I only read the sign afterwards. It was just above your head.
Oh, right.
Yeah, no.
Right.
I didn't realize that was the applause moment. I thought it was just a sign for show. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, right. So, this section is called Master Bait.
Yay!
And today we're going to be discussing gravity. Now, as you well know, that Isaac Newton, between the years of 1665 and 66, he came up with the theory of gravity. Well, not a theory, but he discovered the...
Well, an apple don't he?
Ah, you need one fucking hell out here. So, people before then actually used to float until they discovered gravity. No. So that's why shoes weren't really a thing up until like the late 1660s. Because people never needed them because they used to just hover and float and stuff. And
so what you're saying is if we get rid of gravity, we don't have to wear shoes anymore.
well, if you wait, because people used to use anchors and stuff. People really didn't live in houses; they just used to anchor themselves up and just like hover, like balloons.
Aye.
But the question is do we need gravity? And just before we debate this, I want to let you know about the trials that are happening in Sweden,
Okay.
where they've actually banned gravity, and people are just up in arms and just floating everywhere, and everyone's up at height, and
interesting fact. I'm sorry to interrupt, Richy, Richie's corner. But scientifically speaking, the Swedes are miles ahead in terms of science and the way they think about science. And the way we know that is because they do crazy experiments like this. That's why they have the Nobel Peace Prize and all the prizes, the Nobel Prizes. They get to host it. So those guys.
Didn't Sweden recently ban clocks as well?
there's always some kind of trial in Sweden. Sweden is the leader of world's
Furniture.
Yeah, that's the one. Do we need gravity? Personally, I don't think we do.
Nah, it just complicates things. Because, first of all, they thought gravity was particles, now they're saying gravity is a wave, and scientists, man, they just can't make their minds up about anything, so let's just get rid of it, and then scientists don't have to worry about it.
Well, what I suggest is that we get rid of it for a week, and see how we do. And then...
See, I find it very disappointing. It always brings us down.
Yeah, it does actually. Yeah. I always feel sort of weighed down by gravity.
Yeah, we need to sort of lighten the mood.
If it wasn't there, it'd be very uplifting.
Yeah.
Guys, why are you talking such bad things about gravity? Hey, how about you come over to Kimbo's Serving Hatch?
Nah.
Sorry, Drew, forward the mic. Kim, let's go to yours because it fucking stinks over here.
Oh no, I'm closing the hatch. Yeah, bye.
Right. Conclusion: I don't think we need gravity. And I think I'm going to call that a day on Richie's corner. And let's head over to Kimbo's Seven Hatch or Hole in the Wall or cue the other music.
Hey, boy, we gotta open the fucking open the fucking door. Where's the door?
Open the hatch for him.
Hey, hello. Yes, you actually need to open the hatch, not play the fucking sound effects. Scientific fact. Number one. There. Okay, so I got a lot of hate mail. Turns out I've already been cancelled.
Oh.
During this. And my producer why are you talking my producer is talking in my ear saying that there might be breaking news coming in, so I've got to just mention that for some reason.
Okay.
Anyway. Welcome to the Serving Hatch, where seemingly science is piss water. Go fuck yourself.
Kimbo, breaking news. Can you give me more information, please?
Well, yes, I do have more information. The king has brought forward his statement, and he is making he's just saying now that he's believed it is Margaret Cho. Margaret Chair. Margaret Chair is the person who is believed to have shot. She hijacked a bus full of school kids and tried to attempt an assassination attempt on. Yes, right, okay. Yes, the king has basically declared her, as soon as people see her, she is to be killed on sight. That is no capture, kill on sight for Margaret Chair from... Where the fuck is that? Right, she is from the northeast, and basically it is shoot on sight, and the king says he's given the prime minister the permission for all citizens to do that. So it is the duty, the king is saying now, it is the duty of all citizens to hunt down Margaret Chair. But we'll hand that back to you, so you can you might get more messages in the future about that.
Margaret Chair is at large.
Indeed, it's probably a good job that the king's like asking the populace to shoot Margaret Chair on the site, given the police are currently handing all the guns back in.
Anyways, back to Kim.
Thank you. What?
No,
yeah.
back to Richy.
What?
Okay.
Oh, no, not back to me.
Sorry,
I'm on news.
No, Kimbo, back to Kimbo. Back to Kimbo.
What? Wait, what? Okay,
I don't know.
okay.
I don't know what's happening.
Oh God! Right, scientific fact. This is bullshit. Right, okay. So I've got some interesting fan mail already. It's basically, obviously, a lot of it is hate from last week after we decided to start talking about things we shouldn't have been talking about. So I'll try and ignore a lot of that hate because hell, there's like thousands of letters like that. Thanks for cancelling GB News. Yeah. Basically, let's have a look. So Cindy writes, "Why are you so drunk when you are doing this?" Well, if you heard the first how long? 52 minutes, you'd understand, Cindy. Second one is from David Crawford. He says, "Go kill yourself, you rapist." Yeah. Some of them do get through. The other one is from Dan Wooten. "Go fuck yourself, you piece of shit, you rapist bath." Yeah, see, like I say, some of them get through. Here's actually one that's different. Guys, did you know that lemons have a pH level of your rapist? Yeah, okay, right. You know what? We're not going to do the fan mail thing anymore. So how about we do some scientific facts? Facts. Fuck off. Right. So you know how you guys were talking about the Death Star earlier?
Yes. Yeah.
Scientific fact. Pac-Man ate the Death Star. How do I know that? Well, actually, basically, we're talking about one of Saturn's moons called Mimas. Mimas is a moon that was first pictured by Cassini in 2010. And what's so interesting about it is that basically it looks like you know how the moon's got the massive crater on its south side that you can see on a really clear day. That's basically got it, but instead of it looks like it's in the Death Star position.
Right.
So it is absolutely it's so crazy because we only discovered this in 2010, rather than not sure if it was 2010 or maybe telescopes might have seen it just beforehand, but it was only discovered after Star Wars, so that's sort of what makes it so funny. The moon actually has an interesting presence around Saturn because it's created one of the largest gaps in the rings due to its orbital resonance destabilizing the particle's orbit there. That's just another interesting little fact. I do have other interesting facts, scientific facts to be precise, about the Bosnian pyramids. They're in Bosnia. But yeah, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. My producer's telling me Drew wasn't prepared, so I can't actually talk about that again. I can't talk about Pac-Man. Well, did you know that hydrogen atoms exist?
What do you say? Hydrogen?
Hydrogen, yeah. You know hydrogen atoms exist?
I did not.
Did you know anti-hydrogen exists?
No, I did not.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Is this CERN up to its tricks again?
No, this is CERN fucking doing scientific shit, you fucking idiot. God. Seriously. I'm just saying, Right, okay. Basically, I gave him this agent a chance. He said he'd been chucked off a podcast that was about scientific cracks, and he's like, oh, look, I've got this amazing... And I was like, okay, I'll give you the opportunity. You can have a chance to manage me. Fair enough. Just find me, a scientist, a good podcast to be on. And he said, I know just the podcast you should be on. And so, here I am. But yeah, maybe I need to fire that manager.
Yeah.
I used to get guest stars for this podcast and was absolutely useless at it.
Oh my god, what they called?
I think it's his name, Cindy Lauper,
Oh my god.
the Karoms, the Commodore. Sorry, that's deep rooted. Sorry, I've had a very tough week. Anyway, you know what matters most?
Antimatter.
No, I was going to say something like what matters most is you, because I was going to do an anti-suicide message, but okay, fuck that. Let's talk about antimatter then. Anyway, did you know that most antimatter only frequently exists in the universe for a fraction of a second?
The what?
Well,
What's
I
that?
know the antimatter created by CERN's experiments that only last for like a fraction of a second.
Yeah, because that's how most antimatter is anyway. Anyway, if we were to talk about what actually antimatter is, we've got to start with the fact that everything is made from atoms. And the most simplest atom is, hey, remember our good old friend we were talking about earlier called hydrogen?
Yes.
I was just put like, hell yeah, but fair enough. Fuck hydrogen. Nah, fucking hydrogen's dead. It killed itself. You happy now?
What happened? Did it mean it's
Anyway, the sun is mostly made from hydrogen. So it's okay, folks. Even if one hydrogen atom kills itself, there's loads more. But that's not the message you take away from that. That's mixed messaging. Ignore that. That's not scientific fact. It's basically the hydrogen atom is usually made up of basically a 1 proton and 2 electrons. Now, if you want the second, nitrogen, it's made up of 2 electrons and 1 proton. But if we're talking about the anti-hydrogen atom, dun dun dun, it's made up of what's called the antiproton, which is in the center. It's just like the proton, but it's negatively charged. There's then the pistron. Damn it! Did we let the French name that one? Right. Anyway, protistron is basically what the electron is. If you add the second one, you get anti-nitrogen. That's basically the way I can sort of most explain it to most simpletons or people from Jara, as it says here on my notes. Anyway. They've created a basic field at somewhat different scientific theories, not just at CERN, but other places across the world, such as in America and China and insert country later on. The antiparticles themselves are usually combined with antiatoms, and they're trapped in a magnetic field. A magnetic field will then get turned off, and as the particles get released, the antiatoms themselves will fall downwards. Now, some theorists believe that the antimatter might actually fall up, although most, notably Albert Einstein, in his general theory of relativity more than 100 years ago said that it should just behave like matter and fall downwards to the effects of gravity. Well, those scientists at CERN, Drew, the ones you masturbate all the time over, you cheeky little bastard, you, have now confirmed that with the greatest degree of certainty yet, that it was Einstein who was right. Einstein was right. Not right wing, just correct. Einstein was correct. Anyway, antimatter doesn't fall up, but it doesn't mean actually that it falls down, because it doesn't fall down at the same rate of matter. That's the big step that has been proved so far. Einstein is correct, and his general theory. Einstein was correct. The end. And he hasn't been proven wrong so far. I haven't got any extra scientific facts.
Well, I could
That's
just say
Kimbo
this.
serving hot. Hold on. I've got outro music. Hold on. I was told my man. Hold on. Right. Okay. Yeah, because this was the last piece of fan mail that says this one's not actual hate mail. It's basically written in by a guy called, hey, my name is Fallon, and I've got a budding saxophone career. And basically, I would love it if you use my music as intro, outro. It's me and my friend Bobby. Bobby is playing the keyboards. So this is his. I don't know if you can hear this, but that's Fallon in his saxophone solo. It might be too loud, but we'll get Drew to add that in later because Fallon seems like a nice guy. Yeah, no problem. Take it easy, Fallon. And yeah, that's my serving hatch. Need more rice in? Fuck the pasta and can I get more gin? Why am I on a conspiracy theorist show?
You know, I think that like Kim puts her up there, but we somehow drag everything down.
Isn't that how it's supposed to be?
Yeah, but it's like
It's antimatter.
yeah, like you talk relative shit, I talk absolute shit. Craig's about the same level as me, and then Kim's just like that was like a lecture at a university. That was like that was
What's interesting?
How would you
is
know?
that what's interesting is that scientists did say that when the universe began, there should be an equal amount of matter and antimatter through scientific theories.
I've heard this, yes.
Yeah, and basically, as such, it makes sense that I provide an antimatter to your matter, if that makes sense. But I don't need to turn around and talk about the business of pyramids about it. I don't know. Oh, right, that's Smudge. Sorry.
The best matter of all is it doesn't matter.
it's funny actually because yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give the music!
Hello, welcome back. And I would just like to say before anyone else does, Def Leppard.
All right, we're doing the band of the week, are we?
Yeah, and I've already got mine in.
Hey guys, I have to bring up here. I've just received a letter here from Margaret K. You will never catch me. I am 286 years old now. All I demand is Billy Bonds to be free from prison. I've got a hostage here, Karaoke Keith. If you don't do it by next week, I will strangle Keith with his mic. PRTY, because I wanna. Well, we'll get back in next week, Margaret.
Done.
Killed Karaoke Keith, he's a knob anyway.
Yeah,
That's for Billy Bonds, or I think there's some kind of Bonnie and Clyde shit going on there.
I wasn't something how Billy got hit by an asteroid in the head or something. He's been
No, because Billy's in jail.
But wasn't he in jail and the asteroid hit the jail?
No, I think you're making that bit up.
You got hit in the head while in jail.
No, can't remember that. Like.
Well,
it's rumored that he has got amnesia though, so that should be fun.
Or amnesia. Scientific fact: amnesia is scientifically called amnesia. Yeah.
Right. Well, Def Leppard.
Deep Purple.
Dan and Shay. Dan and Dan.
The Doors.
Dan Arbon.
Duran Duran.
Dan Dublin. Dan Colbert. Dan Hill. Dan Reed. Dan Reed Network. Dana Lloyd. Dandy Warhol.
Heath Snyder.
David, Craig.
David Gray.
Oh, David Gray. David Bowie.
David and David. How can you not remember David? Dave Matthews Band.
Dead or Alive.
David Bowie and Mick Jagger.
D. Martin.
Dave Stewart.
Dennis Ross.
Ball. David Byrne. David Bowie.
Child. Juice.
David Dundas.
David
Guetta.
Delo. Diana Ross. Diane Ross and Supremes. Diana Figures. Diane Deary. Dick Dale. Dick Howell. Dick Shaw. Dick Van Dyke. Dickie Lee. Dickie Jones. Diddy.
Deaf Kennedys. Deaf Pedestrians.
Straits. Dirty Heads. Disclosure. Disney. Dispatch. Distractions.
Debbie Reynolds.
And I think that's all for me.
Deep Purple.
Damian Marley.
Default. Deftones.
Damien Rice. But has you got the right name?
Euphonics. Delilah. Del Reese. Dells. Delphic. Delta.
Daniel Powder. Daniel Merriweather. Daniel May.
Danny Brown.
Davy Jones.
Danzig. Dar Williams. Darius Dinesh.
You know what he's do? You always have to spoil it, don't you?
It does, doesn't he?
Yeah, why does he do that? I don't know whether they're serving ads because he fucking does this all the time. The fucking time. I'm going to throw my bottle of Jenna out. bastard! That bastard! I'm gonna fucking kill you! Fuck you, Drew! You're a terrible person. I hope you die. I hope Richie stabs you right now at this very
Richie,
fucking
hold that
second.
hatch!
Podcast.